Hello and welcome to another Baroya StarCraft Starcast featuring the Terran player in the top left corner, GoSuSTX, and in the bottom left corner, Meovin. I believe this is a custom map, not a ladder game. So it's possible these are Smurfs. I will look it up after the game. But as of right now, we have standard play from both players. Obviously no 9 scouts or something funky like that. Now the thing I love about this map is this is such an easy map for Protoss to hold, because this ramp, it's kind of hard to force field, but it's just one of those things that Terran never wants to engage up. And once you get past 2 base, 3 base is so easy, and when you get to a 3 base toss, you win the game pretty much. It's pretty hard for Terran to beat a 3 base toss. So 9 pylon, 10 supply depot, everything's going pretty standard. Looks like our player Meovin, I don't know, I'll call him Meovin, is going to scout first. Is not going to see anything out of the ordinary, and looks like STX is preparing for a Rax, so pretty standard. I wouldn't be surprised to see, well, I would expect early expands from both players, but from close positions you never know. It could be, 3 racks from the Terran, and with a fairly early gas, it looks like he's going to be doing some teching, not necessarily going for the 1 racks expand, and conversely Meovin is he's not going to get that expand up because he's getting gas right now. But that's pretty standard for both players, not too many deviations. Looks like Meovin's going to get back in and get a little more of a scout, just see that he's not faking the gas. And STX still hasn't scouted Meovin, which is, he should be scouting him pretty soon, especially with the Marine coming out. Looks like a Cyber core should be coming down. This, I really like. Well, I like how Meovin's been able to stop the secondary supply depot from going down, so he's been able to get into STX's base and get a lot of scouting, because it can be very hard to scout if this Marine comes out and it's completely walled off. But unfortunately Meovin's not going to be able to see this add-on coming down, which should be a reactor. And with the second barracks on the way, it's going to be a 2 racks, probably with the tech lab going for Marine Marauder pressure. So I don't believe Meovin saw that. No, he didn't. And he's going to be scouting for this SCV, it looks like. So right now, Meovin's going for Zealot first, which is going to help him a lot. A lot of players skip the Zealot to go for Stalker just so they can get expand up as quickly as possible. And he's even chrono boosting out the Stalker, so I think he suspects something, which is good for him, because he's going to be able to scout, possibly scout this 2 racks, if he's paying attention. Looks like Meovin does have a hidden probe. He might be able to do a proxy pylon, but I mean, I don't know what TOS is really looking to do that early pressure. So, and it looks like STX actually still hasn't scouted yet, although now he knows that obviously this is the last scouting position. But he doesn't know what Meovin's going. He could have 4 gates, or he could have 3 gate robo or something like that. But it looks like Meovin's actually going to do 1 gate expand. He does have 2 stalkers and a zealot out though, and this zealot, the zealot has scouted the 2 racks. I believe he sees the tech lab. Yes, he does. And so Meovin's going to be taking up a defensive position on his ramp, and he should be able to get this. Yes, he'll get this SCV. No? Oh no, he lets the SCV in the base. That's not very good. Did the SCV? Let me just see. I want to see if he saw the 2 gate. Yeah, he does see the 2 gate. So not too unordinary to see a 2 gate in response to a 2 racks, because obviously Marauders are just so powerful against just the 2 stalkers. 1 Marauder can take out 2 stalkers pretty easily. And it looks like he's going to gear up for that push soon, since Conch Shell is finished. Now interestingly, he doesn't have a command center behind this, which I find fascinating. I thought he would have already had that macro going right behind it. But it looks like he's just worried about getting this push first. And I believe this probe, yes, it will see the push coming, and so he'll be able to get into a position. But he needs these 3 gates to get up, and Warp Gate, oh, it's such a bad timing. He's going to hit before Warp Gate's done, and he can't produce out of these gates until Warp Gate's done, because it will take too long to build units. So he might have to sack this Expo if he doesn't get, if he gets that sentry out. Looks like STX is going to get up the ramp, but 1 Marauder is going to go down very quickly without, oh no, the Marauder survives, and so does the Zealot. And I think STX is going to move back, since he knows there's going to be a lot of pressure coming right behind it. If he's not careful, nope, he does pull that Marauder back, and behind it he does go for the command center, and everything else is gonna reset to normal. 3 gates. I expect, yep, Moving's gonna have to punish this because you can't let Terran get away with such a cheesy opening without doing a secondary punish. It's gonna get that Marauder. Little miss micro here. He might lose. Oh, he's gonna lose one stalker. That was a poor decision. He was trying to move forward to get these 2 Marines, but STX had a force ready to flank. And with this proxy pylon, actually, it looks like Moving's gonna put on a lot of pressure. Warps in 3 zealots to tank, and if he micros this well, he might be able to take out this entire army. And so here we go. Looks like these conch shells are going to take out these zealots very rapidly. 1 marauder's going to go down, 2 marauders, 3 marauders. Ooh, but Moving gets caught in a bad position. Gets the 4th marauder, but he's going to lose 2 stalkers. Yeah, I'm not sure how good a trade that was. You see Toss comes out behind. I guess he just wanted to make sure there wouldn't be a push, and if I want to see what his scouting is, he does see the CC, so he's just making sure that there wasn't like a 5 racks behind this or something else. And immediately after, STX is going to go into making starports, while Moving is going to go into the double upgrade style with the 3rd gas. So I'm guessing High Templar off this. It's very popular to do because the upgrades affect the Gateway army so much more than Colossus. Because, for example, Colossus are only really affected by the weapons upgrade, while Stalkers and Zealots are really affected by ground, or by attack and defense, excuse me. So defense and armor. Or attack and armor. Wow, I fucked that up. So we see a starport coming out for STX and an eBay. I would guess he's going to do a stim +1 push, and that should be coming up. If Moving starts attack, yep, if he starts attack right now, he should be able to get High Templar out if you chrono boost very judiciously. But it looks like this proxy pylon is still here. I don't think STX saw it. And he is supply blocked, unfortunately. He doesn't notice that's... Oh no, he just cleaned it up. My bad. This factory is going to scout. The interesting thing about this factory is not a lot of players actually utilize this factory properly. That's 1250 damage you can soak up from Stalkers and Sentries, or you can use it to block Zealots like Marine King Prime does. So it's really a shame that people don't utilize the factory more. But the Terran is staying on only 2 racks. I find that's very risky. And he's going for a fast 3rd. But it looks like Toss is going for 6 gate. This cannon, I guess, is watching for drops, but that's such a weird position because drops can come in here, or they can... I think they can skirt here without the cannon hitting them. So I don't really agree with that. But he's going to get double upgrades, probably Blink first? Yeah, because he's got a lot of Stalkers, and Zealots really don't need charge until late game, because Blink Stalkers and High Templar are going to be the majority of your damage early game. Well, yeah, and there's the High Templar. Well, Blink Stalkers are going to do a lot of sniping of Vikings and Medevacs early game, which is very crucial because you need to keep the Terran army pretty weak throughout the game. So it looks like he's going to engage. I expect some force field should shut out this army, but he's trying to just bait right now. That's what oh no, but STX does get in. Looks like he's focus firing the sentries. Very good play. And these Medevacs are really doing a lot to heal up this army. He should be able to hold this off, but he's going to need another warp in. Oh, see, he's landing the factory to mess up with the Stalker AI. Oh, probes are have to be pulled. This is never a good situation. He needs to pull these back, especially with the Zealots coming out. He's got the 6 gate Zealot coming. And it looks like this is massive economic damage. 12 workers killed. But he's going to get both Medevacs and clean up this army. So, on one hand, it's really bad for our player Moving, but with chrono boosts and the fact that he just demolished this Terran army, who only has 2 racks right now, or I guess he moved up to 3 racks to defend against. But he is going for that fast 3rd, like I said, and I really wish that Moving would go for his fast 3rd now too. Although it wouldn't be too fast actually at this situation. Looks like he's going to be chrono boosting out observers. Is he getting? Yes, he just started Templar Tech, and I don't think Moving scouted it, or STX scouted it, I should say. Yes, that's good. So maybe he can get a bait and switch onto STX to start making Viking production blindly, because he probably saw this robo and thought he's going Colossus. But oh, and this proxy pylon still hasn't been scouted. I think STX has gotten vision of it. Yeah, he has. So this could be useful if he wants to do some background warpins. I don't think there's any Templar with... Oh no, okay, there is 1 Templar with this army. It's not bound with the army, unfortunately, though, so this could be very crucial if he forgets to do that. And it looks like STX is going to clean up this proxy pylon, which is actually going to supply back our Protoss player. Not very good. You see with Chrono Boost he has basically caught up in workers. Oh wow, 7 pylons at a time. That's overkill, especially since he really needs this 3rd base up now. I don't know why he's staying on 2 base so long, especially since I believe this observer scouted the army and sees it's a really small army. You need to. He's obviously teching really hard or getting a lot of econ behind, I should say. So it looks like STX is posturing for a push. It looks like Meovin's gonna be dropping his expansion behind it, and I believe there's not enough storm energy actually. Oh, there should be 1 storm. And that could clean up this army, but he needs to be sitting there for a while. And actually, he's okay. Good. I thought he might have taken the storm Templar and made an Archon, but it looks like this expansion was forced to be canceled. And immediately we see Mobius Reactor in the Ghost Academy, along with 3 more racks coming down for the Terran player. So he's going to be dealing with this very well, unless Meovin gets some really good engagements, really good storms, and starts teching to Templar. Or excuse me, Colossus. He's already on Templar. He needs to switch out of Templar tech. That's what I meant. Looks like these Blink Stalkers are trying to regain map control, pick off what they can. I think they got a Marine here, and you can get a few medevacs, which is at this point SCX's medevac count is pretty high, I would say. Oh, good placement on the missile turret. He was able to clean up the observer. With all these racks coming down, I expect to see a lot of ghosts. Yeah, 3 ghosts right now, probably 6 ghosts, because ghosts do a lot of damage. See, people always think ghosts are only good for EMP, but ghosts do, what is it, like 17 damage to, where are the ghosts? I can't even remember. They do 22 damage to light. That's a lot of damage against zealots, and with the primarily zealot army, if you give marauders to tank and ghosts to just zap, they'll clean up the zealots in no time. Although with the snipe nerf, people think ghosts really can't do that much damage against zealots. It looks like we should have a few storms. He needs to spread his Templar a little bit more, I would think. And looks like the 4th base has been scouted of STX, while our Protoss player is switching in the Colossus. Is a very smart decision. I'd like to see, yep, double Robo, because he needs to get those Colossus as soon as possible, just to deal with the fact that there's no Vikings and really punish the Terran for going so heavy in the Ghosts. Looks like accidental drop. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. The Terran player hasn't done any drops this game. It's really non-harassment based. But I suppose he got that massive push in the beginning, and he knew he canceled the 3rd, so he's thinking that he's got the Protoss player on the back foot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Looks like 3-2 is on the way, well 3-3 is on the way for the toss, and Ghost Cloaking is actually on the way. And this is this could be very risky for the Protoss player because he only has 1 observer right now, I believe. Yeah, and it's going to be a slow observer, so if it gets picked off, he's really screwed. But we'll see what happens. Looks like the Terran army is maxed out, and double Robo Colossus are on the way. He needs to get these out really quickly. They won't have range, I don't believe. Yeah, they're not going to have extended thermal lance, but he just needs to have the power to push back this Terran army. Looks like he can get some storms. I would have expected some feedbacks, but especially with this high medevac count, doing harassment storms isn't going to do a lot. He needs to do punishing storms during a battle. Oh, Meovin's got to pay attention. He could lose all these high tempo. It looks like he's going to get some big feedbacks. Oh, big mistake out of our Terran player. Does not finish up the sniping. Oh, he needs to get these ghosts before Cloak finishes. He's got... Ooh, it looks like he's getting ready to push forward. He needs to hurry because once these ghosts get cloaked, if STX remembers, he's going to be screwed. Looks like STX is ahead of the game though. He's going 5 command centers on the way while he's getting +1 ship weapons because he knows that the Colossus switch is imminent, and with double Viking on the way. Now the problem right now is he's maxed out on this army and he's only going to be able to get 2 Vikings. So these 4 Colossus are going to tear this Terran army to shred. And I'd like to see another proxy pylon, but right now Toss army is at 3-3. I think he's going to push relatively soon. I'd like to see STX do some Cloak Ghost harassment though, because he can take out all these High Templar for relatively no. See, there's the proxy pylons, but for relatively no damage to him. thing about these command centers I like is they do a great job of zoning out the zealots because it soaks up the oh, that was not good. It soaks up the charge of the zealots, and it ruins the surface area, giving the Terran such space to work behind. Oh, I wish Meovin would pay attention. He could have gotten these 4 ghosts for free. It's a shame. And it looks like this observer is going to get picked off, and these cloak ghosts are going to do a lot of damage right now. SCVs are being bled so that more Vikings can be produced right now. Looks like he can fit out 2 more if he keeps killing SCVs. How many gates? Oh, looks like there's... Oh. I guess the Zealot's cleaning up these SCVs. I was like, oh, that's weird. I believe Meovin is on... That should be 12 gates? Yes, that should be 12 gates with double Colossus production behind it. And the 4th base coming up for him right now. So, even bases, Terran is going to have a lot of mules, so he'll be able to just mine out all this. Plus, he's got a pretty sizable bank. Meanwhile, the okay, this is pretty smart. I don't agree with the number of pylons, but the cannons are a good idea, because what the toss player knows is this is an unbreakable position right now. If he goes and pushes this, he's going to get punched so hard. But if Terran has to engage into cannons, and he's got Cloak Ghost, this is going to nullify the Ghost completely, just for detection, and because if he's paying attention, he can target down. Looks like these Stalkers are going to do a little harassment. Oh, he needs to hold position. He's wasting all this charge. But it looks like Terran isn't going to push right now. Oh, Cloak's coming up. Cloak's coming up. Ooh, big EMP. I don't think he got the High Templar, though. He did get a lot of shields, but... If oh, I wish Meovin would... Yeah, he gets pretty much all the High Templar. There's still a couple storms left. I wish he would be paying attention with these Stalkers, because you can pick off a lot of the ghosts. Whenever they come up in Cloak, just blink the Stalkers forward, pick off the ghosts. So we see maxed upgrades minus shields for the toss player. Terran is getting his 3 armor and +2 attack. Ooh, and he's gonna... Does this Zealot see the army? No, it doesn't. But STX is going for a flank, which is very smart because he knows this position is completely entrenched and is getting further entrenched. But right now, Meovin's gonna have to pull his army back. Assuming he spots this. Does he spot it? Yes, he does. This is going to be a risky position. However, the ghosts are way out of position, so if Meovin goes right now, he can catch this army in transit, and it looks like a big battle is going down. These Vikings aren't being focused forward by the Stalkings. Big storms are going down. They're cleaning up a lot of the army. Vikings are going down. There's only 3 Colossus left, but it looks like the Terran army has been pushed over. Ooh, no, it looks like these Vikings, unchecked, have cleaned up all the Colossus, and I don't think the Protoss army can clean this up. Warping in Zealots is coming back, but 6 more gates on the way, double Colossus being produced. I think the Terran player is going to win this unless he can get a huge warp in. Ooh, the DTs get cancelled. If he can get another DT warp in, he might be able to say today, I missed the DTs being, the Dark Shrine being produced. But if he doesn't scan, this army is going to be ripped to shreds. Even if the scan does go down, Dark Templar do a lot of damage. And it looks like these Zealots are going to be able to clean up this army. No, 3 are not hotkeys. This is not good. This is really not good. Looks like the Terran army is crashing to the front. There's nothing to try. Oh, bad manner! Bad manner! But it looks like the Terran army is going to crash to the front, and this is game. Meovin's not even going to bother trying to fight this, I think, or maybe he is. Oh, but he's not paying attention to the Colossus. Oh, he's not gonna lose. He's gonna lose them all, but I mean, it's really irrelevant at this point. It's just Meovin had such bad positioning and didn't get the clutch storms off. Not to mention that those Vikings were never checked by the Stalkers. They just went. They had free reign over all of the Colossus. Actually, is us? Oh. Okay, well, there's a lull in the action now. I thought the game would end right there, but it looks like STX is going to pull back. And get up a few Archons, couple Colossus, possibly some High Templars for Storms, because you always know Storms can change the game. But yeah, this is... I'm just waiting for the GG. It looks like STX is going to be getting some EMPs down. Yeah, cleaning up these Archons. Archons without shields are pretty pathetic. Yeah, I agree with STX. That's a pretty bad angle. You have the entire Terran army positioned right here with, you know, pretty good spread, and he just crashes into this choke. where the zealots kind of have to be funneled, and it just wasn't a good engagement. You should have just like pulled back, maybe here, maybe let Terran go up the ramp, because if you can stick the Terran in a ramp, just storm the entire army, it's pretty over. But yeah, and he's on low expo. So I think STX just pretty much had that really good engagement, bypassed this entire middle ground, which is always the risk, is if you entrench yourself in one position, you kind of get vulnerable any other position. So that's it for the game. Hope you guys had an interesting, fun, exciting cast with me, and I'll see you in the next game.